Oi oi people, Silky here and welcome to the Life a Musician podcast. A podcast I created to help empower my fellow DIY musicians by sharing valuable insights into how to market and monetize your music independently. The Life a Musician podcast is brought to you by my artist services company, Hookins Management. We specialise in helping DIY musicians on smaller budgets grow and monetize their fan bases. You can check out more information on the music artist services we offer and book a 1-hour video call with me for some free advice on your music career at hookinsmanagement.com. On today's episode, I'm going to be sharing 5 key communication methods my band Death of Guitar Pop has used to connect directly with our audience and build a huge, loyal fan base. If you want to build a community of die-hard supporters of your music that will allow you to sustain a long-term independent music career, then this is the episode for you. So without further ado, let's get into it. The key to building a loyal fan community around your music is having a personal connection with your audience. Music fans want to feel a deeper connection with you beyond just listening to your music and attending shows. They want to get to know you more intimately and be recognised and valued for being an important part of your journey. In this modern era where social media has smashed down the barriers between music fans and musicians, rockstar mystique has become a thing of the past, and there is now an opportunity for music fans to directly connect with their favourite artists online. If you don't embrace this as an artist, then not only are you taking your fans for granted, but you're also missing out on the potential of having long-term customers for your artist business. If you take the time to connect with your fans in both reaching out and replying to them and thanking them for their support, they are far more likely to financially support you as an artist than they would be should you choose to ignore them. They've taken the time out of their day to engage with you and show their appreciation for what you do, so it's important for you to make an effort to let them know you appreciate that whenever you can, so that they understand how much you value their support, especially if you're DIY and it's the fan base that's funding the growth of the project. Now, I appreciate more than anyone how intense the busy lifestyle of a DIY musician can be, where you're literally doing everything yourself, from registering the copyright of your songs to booking your own tours, mailing out t-shirts, painting over snare sounds or mix number 11 of your next single, and everything else in between. So I understand it's not always possible to reply to every comment, DM and email you receive, but carving out a few hours a week to reply to as many as you can, in my experience, goes a long way with your fans and is therefore a wise investment of your time. So method number 1 of building that fan loyalty through connecting directly with your audience is having a WhatsApp group chat for you and your fans. I recently set one of these up for my band Death of Guitar Pop on the eve of our latest album chart campaign, and the fan engagement has been through the roof. It's been a cool way to bring our core community of supporters together and connect with them on a daily basis, keeping them updated with all our latest happenings as a band and allowing both us and our fans to get to know one another better. Organic reach on social media posts can often be limited, so only a fraction of your followers see your posts, whereas WhatsApp messages are far more likely to be seen by the majority of those that are in a WhatsApp group. I first came to know of this method through a DIY band I'm a big fan of called Affleck's Palace. Their WhatsApp group, The Movement, helps them mobilise their fan base and gate crash the official UK album charts completely DIY. Method number 2 of building fan loyalty is connecting with your fans through text marketing. Much like with the fan WhatsApp group, it's far more likely people will see a text message from you than see a social media post with limited organic reach. It also feels a lot more personal to receive a direct text from an artist you love, as opposed to just seeing what they're up to on their social media. The SMS marketing platform Death of Guitar Pop uses to send out personalised text messages in one mass hit is called ClickSend. It generates a phone number for you and it allows you to receive text replies from fans through your account dashboard and reply to each individual text. Method number 3 is connecting with your audience through email. Not only should you have a public email address so fans can get in touch with you directly, but it's also fundamental for musicians to use an email marketing platform like MailChimp so you can send regular emails to your fan base and keep them connected with your project. I'm not talking about sending a generic monthly newsletter. There are far more effective ways to engage with your fans through email. For example, if you send out an email to your fan base that starts a one-on-one conversation with them by asking them a question about themselves, there will be a much greater incentive for them to respond than just sending them a list of your gigs and a link to stream your music on Spotify. An example of this that worked really well for my DIY ska band Death of Guitar Pop is emailing our fan base and asking them to send us their favourite ever ska song. Emailing the fan base about something they're passionate about and taking an interest in their personal tastes incentivised many of them to respond and engage in a direct conversation with us. We then collated everybody's picks and put them in a Best of Ska Spotify playlist. This was a really cool collaborative thing to do with our fan base and an example of how you can bring a fan community together through an email campaign. Not only was this a great way to connect with our audience and get to know one another better, that playlist now has over 17,000 saves on Spotify and our band gets over 20,000 streams per month from that one playlist. This is all the result of nurturing a fan community through email. If you get the balance right between nurturing email campaigns and sales email campaigns by taking the time to connect with your audience and serve them with valuable free content for being part of your subscriber list, then this will lead to more fan loyalty and therefore more uptake on purchases when you're pushing for sales. Oi people, Silky here. I hope you're enjoying the episode. I just wanted to take a short break to tell you about a fantastic mastering service I recently used for my band Death of Guitar Pop's forthcoming album Be Lucky. Jake from Decent Mastering was a joy to work with from start to finish, and we're so happy with how the final masters of our songs are sounding. Jake is currently offering an incredibly fair pay what you want mastering service to all independent musicians. So if you're an unsigned artist that's on a budget, be sure to hit up Jake for a great service at an affordable rate. Check out decentmastering.com for more info. Whilst we're on the subject of extremely useful services for independent musicians, I've got to tell you about another great company that Death of Guitar Pop has had the pleasure in dealing with recently, and that's TMT Band Merch. These guys have supplied us outstanding quality merchandise at a very reasonable rate for events like our Australian tour, our big headline show at London's Electric Ballroom, and throughout festival season this summer, helping us serve our loyal fan base with pucker merchandise whilst making money as a DIY band in the process. TMT Band Merch understand budget can be tight for smaller artists and offer special discounted rates for DIY musicians. I have to say their customer service has been incredible and will continue to use them for the foreseeable future for all of Death of Guitar Pop's merch needs. If you want high quality band merch at a cheap price with fast turnaround times, go to tmtbandmerch.co.uk and tell them Silky sent ya. Now, let's get back to the podcast. The fourth method I use for communicating with our audience so that we can build fan base loyalty for Death of Guitar Pop is what the good people at Indiepreneur refer to as the buddy system. This is where you take the time to respond to all the engagement you receive on your social media pages, replying to everybody that messages you and comments on your posts. When you take the time to respond to the people that have taken the time to reach out and express their love for what you do, it goes a hell of a long way with them. And social media followers that may be early into their fan journey of your band quickly turn into die-hard supporters as they feel valued and appreciated by you because you took the time out of your day to personally respond to them. Lastly, and most importantly, the fifth method we use to connect with our audience that has helped us build a loyal community of thousands of fans that actively support everything our DIY band does is simply taking the time to chat to our fans at shows. We try our utmost to chat with as many fans as possible at every gig we play, and as a result our fan base has become like a family to us. So many of our fans have become great friends through us getting to know them in person at our shows. We're on first name basis with so many of the people that come to our shows, subscribe to our fan club and and buy our merch. And I believe that us taking the time to talk to our supporters at every given opportunity has been the key to our DIY band's success these past 6 years. Taking the time to build connections through personally interacting with thousands of fans has led to phenomenal ongoing support from each and every one of them. So there you have it, 5 ways to communicate with your audience and build a deeper connection with them that in turn leads to their long-term loyalty and support for your music. I hope you found this episode useful, and don't forget, if you'd like some free one-on-one advice from me on how to market and monetize your music independently, then you can book a free 1-hour video call with me. Just send me a DM on Insta at hookins_management or email info@hookinsmanagement.com for more info. Nice one.